Hello physios. Today we learn on topic on lateral ventricle of brain. What does the ventricle mean? Here the word ventricle, it lies in the brain and it is a network or it is a meshwork of cavities which is filled with cerebrospinal fluid and are located within the brain parenchyma. These are by first and second ventricles of brain. As there are four ventricles, this is the two ventricles of the brain. First two ventricles of brain. The situation, the lateral ventricles are two irregular cavities which are situated on each cerebral hemisphere and it getting communicated with the third ventricle through an interventricular foramen or foramen of Monro. Then it consists of two parts, central part and three horns. In three horns, there are anterior, posterior and inferior horns. Let's enter into central part. In the central part of the lateral ventricle, it extends from the interventricular foramen to splenium. And the boundaries, roof. Roof will be having corpus callosum. Floor will be having caudate nucleus and thalamostriatal, stria terminalis, choroid plexus and thalamus. Your medial wall has septum pellucidum and also the body of fornix. There is a choroid fissure in the lateral ventricle. As the choroid plexus invaginates into the lateral ventricle, then it is called choroid fissure. It will be shaped like a cyst slit in the medial wall of cerebral hemisphere as it is in C-shaped slit in the cerebral hemisphere on the medial wall. Next we have anterior horn. As there are three horns, anterior, posterior, inferior. Your anterior horn, there are some boundaries. Your anteriorly, there will be a corpus callosum. In corpus callosum, there is a genu and rostrum. Anteriorly, there is a genu and rostrum of corpus callosum. In roof also, there is a corpus callosum, but a anterior part of the corpus callosum. Even the floor also has corpus callosum, but upper surface of rostrum of the corpus callosum and head of caudate nucleus. Your medial side has septum pellucidum and column of fornix. Anteriorly, genu and rostrum of corpus callosum, roof, anterior part of corpus callosum, floor, rostrum of corpus callosum and also the head of the caudate. In medial side, there is a septum pellucidum and column of fornix. Next, entering into the posterior horn. That is, there are some boundaries. They will be having floor and medial wall. It is bounded by your forceps major and calcar aris. Remember, floor and medial wall, it is bounded by forceps major and calcar aris. Your roof and lateral wall, tapetum fibers of optic radiation. Next, your inferior horn, it is by roof and lateral wall, by tapetum, tail of caudate nucleus, stria terminalis and your amygdaloid body. In floor, there is collateral eminence and hippocampus. So, these are the boundaries of horns, anterior, posterior and finally inferior horn. Then what about the applied anatomy? As there is a hydrocephalus, it means any accumulation of your CSF, cerebrospinal fluid, within the brain cavity. This typically causes the increment in the intracranial pressure in the skull. So, as a result, the child is getting the hydrocephalus, or you can also be called as enlargement of the head. It is called hydrocephalus as there is increase in the pressure in the skull. So these are the boundaries of lateral ventricle of the brain. It is all about the recollection of and the memorizing your brain. With that only you can remember the boundaries. Thanks for watching SPN.